Josh, how many sets, Josh? Josh, how many sets, Josh? How many sets? Ilan?
Nakakambling. Foul lang yan. Clutch. Tara, biling.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Herbert Matematico, Asian International Referee. Second referee, Mr. Daniel Palada, National Referee. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Akari Chargers. Let's begin with our team captain. She wears jersey number 6, Michelle Monique Cobb. At number 5, Gretchen Sotones. Wearing jersey number 10, Princess Ezra Madrigal. At number 14, Miriofi Sharma. Number 16, Leona Denise Manabat. And number 17, Faith Janine Misperos. Starting libero is number 1, Sheila Marie Pineda. Head coach, Mr. Rafi Mosuela. Calling on our Creamline Cool Smashers. Team captain wear jersey number 2, Alyssa Valdez. At number 1, Kyle Angela Negrito. Wearing jersey number 5, Risa Sato. Number 6, Janet Panaga. At number 18, Diana May Carlos. And number 23, Jessica Margaret Galanza. Starting libero is number 11, Kyla Liana Atienza. Head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. This match is under the supervision match number 11.
The starters for the Akari Chargers, who are looking for their first win here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. First conference for the year 2024, and of course, a team that is on a 16-game winning streak, a flawless last All-Filipino Conference, and are looking to maintain that level of excellence. And I know a lot of people saying, you know, oh, they had trouble in their first game, there are a lot of things to fix, but also let's give credit to Farm Fresh, because that's not the first time Farm Fresh has pushed Creamline. One of the more exciting matches in the preliminaries of the second All-Filipino Conference of 2023 was also provided by the Farm Fresh Foxies against Creamline too. So it's a team that there are teams that are not intimidated by them, and it seems that Farm Fresh, maybe because Louis Romero is just not the kind who gets intimidated by anybody, By the way, they won their first game today, earlier. So let's just give credit to that too. But we all know Creamline is the type of team that just gets better as the conference goes on also, Neil.
They have a lot of things to polish since we're talking about Creamline. In their last game, it was a 4-set win. But you felt like they were struggling for some parts of the set. Kyle Negrito really has to dish those sets out to the wings properly because there was a moment in time na medyo bumubuka or masyadong dikit sa net.
Right.
And these are the sets na medyo mahirap talagang paluin. And as for the Akari Chargers, I was expecting Sed Domingo to start this game 1 out. But she's still new to the system of Coach Rafi Mosuela. So I guess they're giving her time to adapt to the way Akari is playing. And we've been talking about the players, but let's also talk about Coach Tina Sala.
Yes.
She is back. She is in the house for the Chargers. And she will definitely be an asset to this team.
Rodel Carino also, of course, joining the Akari Chargers coaching staff, all under the Coach Taka umbrella. Kung tawagin natin as Liza Valdez flies and swoops in for her first point of the match. I love those Farm Fresh Creamline matchups. I mean, walang bumaba sa mga 22, di ba? Even in the first last year. So
First set took 45 minutes.
right, 36-34. Ano? And if you're Creamline, you get pushed on your first day right away. That gets your antennas up also. Knowing that all teams, Neil, di ba, have really stacked up because of them. Sila naman talaga yung kailangan patumbahin.
Every time that the opponents go up against Creamline, you also see the change in their movement because Creamline will really push you.
Yes. They are the standard here in the PVL. They have been for a while now. And I think we're going to have a first challenge. Yes. And it is Coach Rafi who challenged first here in this matchup. Kausap niya ang ating up referee, si Herbert Matematico. And it was a ball-in, ball-out challenge on the cross-court kill of Tots Carlos.
There were two conflicting calls by our officials. It was definitely outside. The Lions judge already called that it was outside, but the first referee was beside that play. So I guess sa bilis nung bola, nalito na din siya. So that will be a successful challenge for the Akari Chargers. It was clearly wide for Tots Carlos on that cross-court hit.
And if you're Akari or any other team, you need all the points that you can get when you're up against Creamline. Paglalabanan talaga. So officially, it's 4-2 for Akari. Eliza with the tip as the set was off. Smart play by the captain.
Hot start for the Chargers, getting a 3-point advantage against the Cool Smashers. Now we see Landon Lazaro Revilla, round 8. Ella De Jesus will be sitting this game out. She played in their first game against Farm Fresh.
Then says the unknown is what excites her here in her new journey with Creamline. Gretzel goes high. Kyle goes behind and Tots puts it away.
Tots Carlos getting her first point of this match. Second point rather.
You look at this.
That's going down the line when she's on the right side of the court. So if you are the defender in that zone, medyo kailangan mong pumorward ng onte.
May twist pa ng katawan, ano? So ang hirap talagang bantayan eh. Bang, perfect receive there. Run and gun, that is out. Balikan natin si Kyla Kingsu.
Thanks, Manila. Now, earlier in the pregame, you talked about how our defending champions are fresh off a 4-set matchup. And you know, actually, they also gave a set away to the Farm Fresh Foxies in the last All-Filipino conference in 2023. And I brought this up to Creamline's top scorer, Tots Carlos. She told me that she remembers that game very well and she was impressed na talagang nakikipagsabayan ang mga batang talent sa kanila, and she sees it as a challenge and an opportunity to adapt to newer styles to level up her game even more. And on this matchup against a tall team like Akari that is made up of a good mix of vets and rookies, Tots says that we can expect extra effort in every rally for a more dominant outing for the second game. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via pilipinaslive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Now, let's go back to this challenge.
Yes, there was a block touch on the blockers of Creamline. So that is the second successful challenge for the Akari Chargers.
Successful. Point and serve for the Akari Chargers. Now at 6.
So 6-3. The kind of start that Akari wants to have against Creamline. Miguel gets us going for this rally. Sharp serve. Galanza with the first ball. Eliza cross court. Santiago Manabat keeps it alive, and a free ball going to the Cool Smashers. Here's that familiar Creamline play. Dindin from behind gets the point.
When you look at the starting six of Akari, I feel like they can match the firepower of Creamline in terms of offense. They have Fifi Sharma in the middle, who's also a potent scorer for the squad.
Faith solid on the dig. Gretzel. Sinungkit. Dalawang sungkit. Free ball ang ibibigay sa Akari. Oh, and a overpass on the side of Akari.
These are the easy balls that needs to be put up properly. Because you have a strong front line right now. You have Rachel Soltones there, who is sharing the passing responsibilities with Bang Pineda. But Eliza Valdez will score off an ace.
Remember the days when they used to battle each other, but up in the air, Eliza and Bang? With those Ateneo Adamson battles. Gretchen aggressive on the approach. 5-7 is our score. Dig pass. Feint. Kyle opens up to Gemma. Bang sends it back. Kyle again, back to Gemma na naman. Down the lane naman. And that's the danger of a Gemma Galanza.
That is the variation of a Gemma Galanza as well. She has all of these angles to the tee.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Tinuro pa niya si Kyle Negrito right after, loving the fact that it was sent back to her. So, 3-0 run, Neil. Akari calls a timeout.
Switch outside. Switch.
Okay, coach. Ayan yun.
Huwag mo big
Pag di na tayo
Pagka malayo, mag-decide ka kung kaya dito kay Din. Maliwanag? Same pa rin, ha?
Oo, coach.
Ganon. So,
Five pa
dito
rin.
ka muna. Switch kayo open. Maliwanag?
Ano ako? 5 ka pa rin.
Five pa rin yan, five. Din, ready? Okay, go, 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 go. One stop, one stop, one stop, one stop.
Ready? Chargers!
Early timeout, Neil, here because of that 3-0 run. They had really good momentum. Akari did. But as the action picked up, and you know when we said this so many years, Neil, pagpalitan, pag-transition, Creamline is the most dangerous team when these long exchanges happen.
Coach Rafi Moswela means business because he didn't even wait for the first technical timeout
exactly.
to talk to the girls early.
First set, serving is the team captain, Eliza Valdez.
So we go to the technical timeout with Akari ahead 8-6. Good timeout by Coach Rafi. We will be back. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena on a Thursday. What an exciting start to this second game of our Thursday double dip. By the way, Farm Fresh winning over Capital One in straight sets fashion earlier today, while this one looks like, Neil, going to be a hotly contested match between Akari and Creamline.
We also have a sizable crowd here inside the Phil Sports Arena.
Pumapasok pa.
It is a Thursday, so this is a surprise to us. But we know that every time Creamline has a game, the fans really come out and support their team.
And I think they also understand that Akari is one of those with up-and-coming players, obviously. Now we're waiting for them to really gel together as Tots Carlos with some sauce on that cross. All the way to zone 1. 7 serving 8. That's beautiful for Fifi Sharma. What just early going, Neil, today and their game against Signal, as we look at this spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. What have you seen changed from the old system of Akari? Sinabi natin old just recently, and now with the influence of Coach Taka here and Traffy.
Well, aside from the improved defensive patterns and net defense of the Akari Chargers, the offense is also very different. In the past conferences, when they first started here in the PVL, they were very wing-centric.
Yes.
Really didn't see much of the middles score the points, but now with the addition of Fifi Sharma and Sed Domingo and the improvement of Ezra Madrigal, they now have a balanced attack formation, and sobrang importante nun against strong teams like Creamline, because if you become wing-centric, asahan mo na babantayan na ng blockers and ng liberos in the backcourt.
Fifi Sharma does the honors here, 10 serving 8. Probably the team that has gone through the most number of changes in the least amount of time, the Akari Chargers. Back set. Faith knew it was coming, but she couldn't close the gap.
That is just smart hitting from Gemma Galanza. Look at how she peeks through the defense of Akari first before she makes that decision to go off the hands of Faith Nisperos.
9-10. Ball is alive. Eliza had to adjust. Great reflexes. Soltones from behind. Bangs. Sumugod. But it is Tots who gets the honors, and a scrape of the net by Faith Nisperos.
This is now a tight ball game. Right now, Creamline continues to target Faith Nisperos on the receiving end, but you have to give it to Faith. She has been dishing out perfect passes so far here in this first set.
Yan na naman. Mitch reverses to Dindin. Over the blockers, dug up by Kyle. Tots had to adjust the rolling ball. Bang, trying to pick herself up. She's shaken up a little bit. And just as she was trying to recover and get up, Bangs Panaga targets that area. Smart play. And they take over the lead.
There was a collision between Santiago Manaban and Bang Pineda, and she did try to recover as fast as possible, but Kyle Negrito just saw the opening and she took it.
Good first ball by Gretzel. Bang. Had to get it. Might have been going out. But play rolls on. Tots again. The decision-making also of Kyle Negrito, really. And she has proven herself in that previous conference that she has filled the shoes of Gio de Guzman.
Cool Smashers are just utilizing the left hand of Faith Nisperos in most of their rallies.
And they continue to target her for the receive. So out-of-system play here. Bumalik sa Akari, they're down 2. Faith gets it through. I mean, imagine now, you look at the lineup of Akari. You have Faith, you have Ezra, Dindin, Bang, Mitch, and Gretzel. Completely different from the youth-laden Akari of previous conferences. Or si Dindin lang yung veterano halos, no?
You also have Patricia Genesis
Of course.
waiting in the wings. Janine Marciano also there to support the outside hitters of the Chargers. Now there will be double substitution. Maraginot and Soyud to provide a full-blown offense for Akari.
Tots again. Bang with a dive. But I think the linesman already was waving the flag here.
It was already out of bounds.
Yes.
Kasi duman siya sa labas ng antena.
Correct.
So the Akari players already stopped.
Coach Rafi is looking at our down referee, Daniel Palada, asking him why he didn't make the call right away. Competitive first set here as this one sails wide. So Creamline gets the lead again, 13-12. By the way, Akari had a 4-point lead early in this set. Banks will get us going. Back to Faith. Sent back, coverage was there for Bang. Miscommunication between Gretzel and Maraginot. Sato. Another chance ball. Dangerous. Eliza. Gretzel taking it. Soyud over the blockers. Eliza again. And able to find a way to score. 4th point for Eliza Valdez.
She has been checked by the defense of the Chargers. So that is a nice change to the direction of her attacks. Again, Faith Esperos has to choose a zone. She can leave that down the line area to the setter or the defender there, and they could just close off the cross court.
Combination. Esperos getting it on the pistol play, getting their 13th point.
That will add to the confidence of Faith Esperos.
You don't see her a lot do that ever since college. She's starting to do this now as a pro. Two former Ateneans staring each other down. Thoughts with a rolling. Another out-of-system play. This is what Creamline forces you to do. Thoughts again. Off the hand of Soltones. 5 points for Caloy.
Carlos again just looking at the blocker's hand before making that swing.
Jump serve. Aggressive from the line. Second technical timeout, up by 3.
Second technical timeout. 16. 13. Akari.
Good news mga kapatid, mapapanood na rin tayo ngayon sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RBTV. tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19 at sa higit na 300 cables at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. Oh, what a great crowd here being treated at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Eli. Off the rebound, Atienza able to get it.
That is too low for Eliza Valdez. So Akari will get a much-needed break point. They did have a 4-point lead a while ago, but they now find themselves with a 2-point deficit. Let's see if Fifi Sharma can actually score defensive touches in this rotation. Said Domingo still on the bench. Pero sure ako later we'll get to see her play.
You think, huh? Interesting pati yan. I'm sure during the practices, during the training, during the scouting, syempre, they have to get information from SED, di ba? In terms of the play executions of Creamline. Might as well, nandyan na. Use it to your advantage. 14-16. Oh, Sata called for the scrape.
I think it was a foot fault violation or a net fault violation called on Kyle Negrito.
Okay. They're going to challenge it. I think Coach Sherwin's going to challenge this one.
Penetration. There's a challenge on the ball.
So there is a foot fault challenge. There you go.
A while ago, Kyle Negrito was already saying that she committed that violation.
Oh,
so
okay.
I guess this is just one of the ways of Coach Sherwin to
make sure
get some time off.
Okay. To use the challenge as a little momentum breaker. We've seen that time and time again. It's sometimes a ploy, a legal ploy, of course. It's within the rules. I thought because of the quickness of the action, and unfortunately there are certain parts of our line of sight that are covered also by the down referee, our second referee. I thought the knee of Risa Sato hit the net.
Yeah,
oh, there
did cross that center line.
It's a violation.
Coach Sherwin staring down. Daniel Palada. 15 will be serving 16. Kyle will bump it to Eliza on the other end. Crawls to the net, touches no one, so that is a point for Akari, 16 all.
Now tied at 16.
That is 2 errors coming from the attacks of the Cool Smashers.
Service.
Oh, that's going to sail out. Can't waste these opportunities against the Cool Smashers.
Double sub for Coach Sherwin Meneses, Michelle Gumabao, and Mafe Galanza.
Which has proven to be lethal going back to the last All-Filipino conference.
Mafe Galanza actually provides that calm presence dito sa side ng Creamline. She is very underrated, but she gets to command the attackers of the Cool Smashers in every rally. Passing still a problem for the Akari Chargers. Every time Eliza Valdez is on the service deck.
By the way, it took a lot of convincing for Mafe to go back to volleyball. Apparently, Gemma was telling us during the celebrations of their previous championship. Set back, Soltones. Faith from behind, nice spot. She looked at the court right when she was up in her elevation. And just the perfect clearance and height on that push too. Look at this.
Quick thinking on the side of Faith Desperos.
That's hard to do. The touch.
Especially from the back row, because you really need to get the right amount of power to put that over the net. And sometimes meron kang blockers na harap, so the clearance is also something that you have to think about.
Take into consideration. You're right. You're right. It's a very smart one for Faith. 1 point lead for this team. As we said, lethal double sub. Almost produces a point at the very least almost every time she comes in.
90% of the time. First set, papunta kay Michelle Gumaro. Laging point for the Cool Smashers.
Ayan,
We still have a 2-point lead now.
Bigat pa naman ang kamay. Din. Good reaction by Mafe. Michelle has to ad-lib. Chance here for Akari. They go to the back row. Eliza gets it. Not good enough for Fifi. Counter. Bang will set it up to her old running mate, Gretzel Soltones.
I really want to see more sets na mapunta kay Gretzel Soltones. She's had little chances or konti lang yung chances niya to attack here in the opening set.
Said it was very hard to leave, especially Chisayan, who has become not just her best friend there, but somebody who's really guided her personally, not just professionally. But now she's in this new home in Akari. Pineda.
She saw that coming. That is the favorite play of the Cool Smashers, that combination play from the middle. But the schoolmates, too much power on that Galanza hit.
Before Gemma was a star in Adamson, Bang Pineda was the one doing that. (20) serving 18. Reverse. Drops in. Akari not going away.
Santiago Manabat also unfazed by the double block of the Cool Smashers. That's one thing that I really like about her. She just keeps on hitting away even if she gets blocked, even if she gets checked.
Just Genesis, the person you mentioned, another Adamsonian, in to replace Fifi to serve and defend, to serve and sweep, as they will be on defense here after the serve. They go to Eliza. Tots is waiting, but it was Gemma in the middle. What a decoy play. So confusing, Neil. Where was Kyle gonna go there?
The blockers were set up, but I guess na-late ng konting-konti lang to close off that gap. Overpass.
Yep. Crucial 2-0 run by Creamline here at towards the end of the first set. And a challenge will be called on a net touch.
Bangs Panaga is very confident that it was a clean gift for her. Akari has been successful in their challenges so far.
Yes, two successful challenges so far. Also, maybe to halt momentum too, because this is a little mini run for Creamline at the end of this first set. Very important segment of our game. That's what we're gonna wait for. Meantime, still fans of Creamline still awaiting the debut of BDL. Fans of Akari still waiting for Sed Domingo here in this match.
She has been warming up, talking about
BDL.
De Leon.
Yeah.
So, mukhang may go signal din kay Coach Sherwin and be prepared. It was Michelle Cobb who actually touched the net because that pass was just too tight. She tried to save it.
Point for Creamline. So, a timeout will be called by Coach Rafi.
Timeout, Akari.
Kaya. Sige, one stop lang. One stop tayo. Ano kailangan natin? Receive. So, tatlo. Advance na tatlo. Kailangan natin ma-one stop kagad dito. Huwag tayong ma-down doon sa mga error natin. Okay. Bigyan mo ng ano. Tatungan mo siya. 4? 4? Play 4. Sabigay ko kanina. Kanina. One more. Galing dito si ano? Galing. Back week. 4 ka. Ha? Emergency dito. Play 3.
May ano?
Pwede ka bumalik. Pwedeng bumalik. Ha? Tatong balik. Yun naman ang play 3 natin, di ba? Sige. Makagating mo, Pi, ha? Sige. One stop kagad tayo. Okay?
Go!
Receive.
A former Philippine Air Force player, former coaching staff member also of Coach Jorge. Technically, and he is the interim head coach for Akari, Coach Rafi Masuela. But what a stacked coaching staff. Coach Ortega, Coach Salak, Coach Canino, lahat nandun. Coach Chu. They have all hands on deck because Creamline ang kalaban. Lamang na tatlo. High hands for Eliza. Mitch reverses. Coverage by Kyla. Chance here for Akari. Pineda is scrambling. She gives it to Dindin. Cross court, easily taken by Kyle. Bump set to Tots. Tots is rejected by Madrigal and Nisperos collaborating at the net.
Finally, a tight block coming from the Akari Chargers side.
Tama yung pwesto ng kamay ni Faith this time.
And the timing of Madrigal also
To close.
helped.
Yes.
Faith Nisperos close that block.
Good press of the hands. Very good basics there. 20-22. Akari still in this.
Oh,
That's an expensive error by the veteran. Outside, opposite spiker.
she wanted to deliver a strong serve. That is the right thought because you are still trailing and we know that in this rotation, ang daming combination plays na pinupuntahan itong si Kyle Negrito. But when you are going to deliver a heavy serve, the clearance should be above the net.
Ros Vargas comes in to serve. Gretzel, perfect first ball this time, run and gun.
It's also one of the new tricks of her sleep. We're talking about the improvements of Ezra Madrigal.
Faith Nisperos scored 7 points in that previous loss against Signal HD. Gets us going for this one. Good sharp one. Thoughts adjusting through the block. Pineda could not step forward. That is the 7th point of Kaloy.
He's still the leading scorer for the Cool Smashers, followed by the 5 points of Eliza Valdez.
Dun yung block eh. Pero talagang lakas din eh. Just going through the hands of Madrigal. Tape of the net. Set point save. Off an error.
Sharma will come back.
To replace Genesis as she will take over in the front. Madrigal. 22-24. To Denden. Eliza. Double block. Thoughts behind the line. Oh! And Creamline takes the first set, 25-22.
Carlos, what an ending for the Cool Smashers. They put an end to the run of the Chargers.
Let's look at that again. That is the 8th point of Diana May Carlos on 7 attacks and 1 service ace. 19 points from a previous match and Creamline up 1-0. 25-22, 36 minutes in that set. Far cry from the 36-34 experience of Creamline in the first matchup. But it was an exciting set, really. Creamline knowing when to turn on, you know, the Jets as they speak. Neil, they were tight, 1 point, 2 points. Minsan lamang pa yung ano, pero nagkaroon ng mini run nung naging 22-19, and that created a little bit of separation for Creamline.
Creamline just really focused on their serving. I think they scored 4 or 5 points of the hard serves that they delivered papunta sa side ng Akari Chargers. And for Akari, again, I'm still looking for more sets papunta kay Gretchen Soltones.
Yes.
She is one of the all-around players in the PVL. She has won Best Outside Hitter awards in her career.
Yes.
So we know that she can actually score the numbers. And Creamline still on top in that category, 17-12. But they gave out 9 unforced errors to the side of Akari.
Here we go. You are right on both accounts, Neil. BDL will make her debut, but then just replaced her for this rotation. But she will make her debut for Creamline, and St. Domingo now comes in for the first time. Akari against her former team. Ooh, what would be the emotions of something like this?
Let's just let things unfold.
Yeah.
But
let the
people
game
are very excited to watch the matchup between St. Domingo and her former team.
Let the game speak for itself, so to speak. Din had to adjust again. Kyle reverses to Gemma. Not the strongest of hits, guiding it to the opposite side. What a strategic adjustment by Gemma Galanza.
That was intentional.
Definitely.
She pulled back on power because she saw the organized blocking of the Chargers. St. Domingo was already ready for a power hit. So good find there for Galanza.
That goes out. Interesting, the emotions, let's say, of a St. Domingo, and then the emotions also of Creamline. Or they're going to be focused on trying to win as a team. Said, of course, one of those success stories, import stories for Philippine volleyball in Thailand. Bang, able to get it back, but no second ball for Akari, so 2-1. And here comes Bea De Leon.
This is her first game officially as a Cool Smasher.
I was talking to her the other night. She was a guest on our show and starting lineup, and she said, just to allay fears, she is 100%, no health issues. This was a coaching decision the last time out. Also learning the system. Now she is excited because the first thing that she realized, and she heard about it, but what she realized in practice is how individually competitive Creamline is.
Ayaw talaga nila natatalo. Even in their scrimmage.
Yes.
Yun yung laging kinukwento nila Bea.
Lahat sila, di ba? Even Eliza, Michelle, ganyan ang usapan dyan. Thoughts, same spot, but this time with a little more power, targeting that other side. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Kanina si Gemma pumunta doon.
You never know what you're gonna get when you're blocking Tots Carlos. At a certain point in time, puro down the line, then suddenly she will shift to that cross-court angle.
From behind. They continue to target Din, Santiago Manaba, Neil. Gotta be intentional. They're testing her defense.
There have been a couple of overpasses on the side of Akari since set number 1. Nakukuha naman Yun nga lang, sumusobra. So they need to be able to control these balls if they want to set up offense and maximize St. Domingo.
Not the set she likes. Blocked by Sed on BDL. PDL is in a unique position. Obviously, she did not get a lot of playing time with Choco Mucho as of late. But she is joining a team that has developed some great middle blockers, Neil, in its history. Pangs, Sato, and of course this girl who became a finals MVP. So interesting to see the development and the personal growth of BDL here at Creamline. As Eliza is rejected. They wanted to go to the smallest blocker.
But Michelle Cobb was expecting that set to go to Eliza Valdez, so she timed her jump perfectly.
Yeah. About time we heard back from Kyla Kingsu. Go ahead, Kyla.
Yes, Bumanil, as you said it, all eyes are definitely on Sed Domingo as it is her first time to face her former teammates since all the way back to her Pay Maya days, even before the pandemic. And I asked her about this in her dugout, and she told me that she was just so excited to be across many familiar faces after her stint abroad. I asked her what it was like observing her new teammates from the sidelines last week, and she said, and I quote, "First thing that came into mind, honestly, malayo pa yung mararating ng team. Pero malaki rin yung potential namin and that really excites me." Now, she got to train all week for this matchup in comparison to only having a single practice before their first game, but said shares that there's no rushing her integration in their system and her connection with her new setter. In her words, "It took me years to get it right with Gia back then, and it will be so I will be even more patient in making sure I perfect it now." Now we know Sed actually played in their latter part of their first game, but here she is activated in this second set. Let's see if she'll spell the difference this time around in Akari's hopes to turn things around. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Now, let's go back to the game.
Thank you very much, Kyla. She scored 2 points in that last outing in minimal minutes, as you mentioned. Last time out. In the meantime, a error on the side of Creamline, which gives us a 5-6 score. Cobb serving. First point as a cool smasher. Oh, that's gotta feel good for her.
Sigh of relief from Bea De Leon. Aside from Sed Domingo, ito rin si Bea, she needs to build that connection with Sed Domingo. But since galing din naman siya sa setting ni Gia de Guzman, I feel like it will be a very easy transition dun sa setting style ni Kyle.
Miscommunication, and she gets another point via a service ace. Just the kind of start that she would love. She had an error, a hitting error earlier, pero napura na with a couple of points. She said first time she trained, she was intimidated by the names and the players, even if she knew a lot of them. But she easily had integrated herself into the system because the other players really welcomed her. And one of those players was this girl, Eliza Valdez, who said, "Mag-ingay ka sa court." Yun ang hiningi niya kay Bea De Leon. And right now they are ahead 8-6. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. Welcome to our live and exclusive coverage of the PVL, Premier Volleyball League, All-Filipino Conference on Pilipinas Live, One Sports Plus, and of course on RPTV. Coach Tai, Phil, right behind Coach Rodel. Mosey, of course. overlooking the action from the Akari side of things as PVL gets us going for this rally. Dindin, dug up by Eliza. Counter attack here. Mitch from behind to Faith. PVL able to get that right hand in, and a chance ball ang ibibigay sa Akari. They open up to Gretzo. Pump set to Gemma. And it is sent back by the net defense of Santiago Manabat and Sharma.
Looked like that ball didn't go over as well. It was a low contact point for Gemma Galanza.
Net block. But you know, so as you know, Neil, sometimes because there's an intimidating or a perfect or a good blocker in front or perfect execution, dun nag-iiba yung execution din ng palo. Kaya minsan nagne-net block as Santiago Manabat. Good dive there by Denise.
Kyle Negrito loving that play, joining the scoring picture for the Creamline Cool Smashers. For Akari, it has been Nisperos providing the attack points with 5, followed by Sharma with 3. The rest of the attackers have been quiet. Gretchen Soltones surprisingly only has 1 marker.
That is surprising. She had 14 points rather in the previous loss against the Signal HC Spikers. Kyle Negrito. I don't know if you heard the story that Gia de Guzman told us on the show before when she said she did not want Kyle Negrito in Creamline, but not because she didn't like her, but because she wanted to go up against her because she believed in the talent of Kyle. But of course, Creamline took her in, and then she said, well, if she's here, then all for the better. Lumakas sila. But Gia, ever the competitor, no? Neil wants to go up against the best. In the meantime, a rally moves on here. Reverse to Panaga. Nahipo. Mitch, tough reverse. Over the blockers. Long ball for Dindin. Santiago Manabat. 9. Ano nangyari doon, Neil?
That was a confusing transition on the side of the Cool Smashers. You see Gemma Galanza suddenly became the middle blocker. Hindi sila nakapagpalit ng pwesto ni Pangs Panaga. And Pangs Panaga, we saw her hit from the right side. She was also surprised.
And then Dindin targeting zone 1. Good serve. Fifi getting an ace, and they take over the lead. 10-9 here in the second. Coach Sherwin will call his first timeout, if I'm not mistaken.
Timeout.
Ano, cover ulit?
Nice paddle din siya.
Ha?
Hindi ako back.
Palagi lang yan, may cover.
Pwede ako ulit.
Pasa mo na ulit, okay lang yun. At least nag-attempt kayo.
Go, 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 go! More.
All in, Greenland!
Sherwin calling his first timeout as Akari takes over the lead. Creamline ahead 1-0. Boom Gonzalez, Neil Flores at your service. Kyla Kingsu, of course, roaming this noisy Phil Sports Arena with some very vocal fans enjoying the action, getting treated, Neil, to really nice volleyball here in the PVL on day number 5.
Number 14, Fifi Sharma.
Sharma goes back to Lazaro Revilla.
Yes,
Somebody
there
touched.
was a net touch called on Gemma Galanza. All of a sudden, Akari is back on top. Great read there also from Sed Domingo.
And another good serve by Fifi, getting Denden Lazaro Revilla a little shaky on the receive. Medyo tight yung dating ng bola kay Kyle. So they go back to Den. This time she gives it to Kyle perfectly. This one skirts the line for Tots.
He's now in double figures. Actually, kanina pa pala, that is point number 12 for Tots Carlos from the left side.
Sabi nga ni Neil, kahit saan mo ilagay si Tots.
Before you saw her struggle in passing, but now if you
Yes.
put her on the left side, kaya na. And she has improved on that skill.
Because she took it personally. She told me she took it personally. She knows it was her weakness. And there in Creamline, their culture is to work on their weaknesses. And her competitive, of course, juices. She doesn't want to be a liability. Another overpass here by Denise. That's not good enough. Yung mga tip na ganon, Neil, you just cannot do that kind over Creamline. Denden was there waiting.
Still the same point of attack for Tots Carlos. Nakailan na yan against the block of Peros.
Suki. 11 serving 12. Overpass. And a point by Creamline. We're all tied up again. Bea and Eliza, a little collision there, but producing a point nonetheless.
Like both teams have the same game plan.
Of course.
Serve hard.
Aggressive service. Passing game of two teams being tested. That connection still being built. Eliza off the rebound. Open. Faith puts it away.
Clean, powerful hit from Faithless Peros to keep their heads afloat here in set number 2.
And perfect height para kay Faith, ano, Neil. Di masyadong lobo. Tamang-tama lang, mabilis.
Targeting that long cross, confusing the defense of Galanza and Panaga.
13 serving 12. Gemma, perfect first ball. Eliza, denied by Michelle Cobb again, her third point of the match.
She has been getting a lot of good rebounds against Eliza Valdez, but now she gets a kill block.
That move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycle. And Mitch, even in her college days, when she goes down, she goes all the way down.
Touches the floor
touches
first.
the floor and then goes up to block. Such a unique technique in blocking. Thoughts on the recoil.
The ball was on its way out, but mukhang nalito na si Bang Pineda.
Sa bilis eh. Oo nga.
That was deeply outside.
Definitely. But the speed coming at you, giving you less time to think. Mafe and Michelle gumabaw back for the double sub. Din. Kyla to Eliza. Gretchel. Double block on Gretchel Sultanes. Well, they know her very well too, talking about Creamline. With all those championship battles between Creamline and Petrogas. 14 all. This is like how the first set was, Neil.
Oh, tough serve from Mafe Galanza. Again, Creamline gave out 9 unforced errors in set number 1. That's why it was a very close opening frame.
Which also doesn't surprise us. They're one of those teams. High risk, high reward team. Said Domingo.
Sharp serve.
Targeting Eliza. Kumabaw. Sa lakas ng palo. Lakas din ang balik. Yung tunog ng palo ni Michelle Neal sa contact point. 16-14 Akari ahead. Good news mga kapatid, mapapanood na rin tayo ngayon sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19 at sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at of course sa Signal Play. Back to the action as Ted Domingo serves it to Creamline, ahead 16-14, make that 16-15.
Putting out the fire. We are nearing the 20-point mark. Kanina, she did score a couple of aces against the receivers of Akari. Let's see if she can score another one.
Fifi! Oh, what a dig by Eliza! Galanza! Rejected!
The De La Salle girls showing off their blocking skills here in the tail end of set number 2. Fifi Sharma from attacking to blocking has been very consistent.
Yeah, that was fortress. You think Mitch is still adjusting to Gretzel, ano? So parang hindi pa niya masyadong nahatiran. Binibigyan niya yung mga sanay siya. Din, si Fifi. Somebody touched the net. The net move. Was it on the side of Akari? Yes, it was.
It was Fifi Sharma.
Yeah. Too aggressive on the push. Love it. We got several generations here, Neil, of Lasalians, Ateneans, Adamsonians, yeah, na magkakatapat. This is why we love the PVL. They all meet.
From rivals to teammates.
Diba?
Rivals once again.
Or idols, diba? Rivals, teammates, and idols. Kasi nga, ibang generation.
There was a net touch called on Gemma Galanza. She's not sure.
And no challenge. Mitch Gumapaw pointing at our down referee, Daniel Palada. Was it Banks?
Yes, it was the left elbow of Gemma Galanza.
Gemma, okay. So 18-16 ang talaan natin. Akari still ahead. Popped up. Bang. To Din. Rebound and a score. Biggest lead for Akari at 3 here in this set.
Michelle Cobb has been the game changer on the side of Akari. Aside from the rebounds and the kill block against Eliza Valdez, maasahan mo talaga siya pagdating sa depensa.
Saltones. Steady as she goes.
Oh, miscue on that combination play. That will bring Akari to the 20-point mark first, and they will now hold on to a 4-point lead.
Oh, just the cushion that you need if you're Akari to try to snatch a set.
Hindi masyado, triangle lang tayo. Okay lang kung dalawa block, pero pag maganda mape, kuha ka ng isang block sa gitna. Kahit kanina pwede. Pang singin ng bola. Dapat lang yan, oh.
Okay, let's go. 1 point down. Let's go.
All in, Creamline!
Now 4 points was the biggest lead in the first set of Creamline, of Akari also, but that was early in the set. So that's what Creamline's trying to overcome again here in the second set.
They're still trying to minimize their errors, but in the past few rallies, they have committed 2 errors.
So let's see, 16 for Creamline, 20 for the Akari Chargers with Saltones serving.
Chargers in the second set. Serving is number 5, Gretchen Saltones.
Eliza receiving, Michelle a little off the distance of the net. Din on the other side, that's very tight, so she does a swipe for a 5-point lead.
Judgment call on the side of the Cool Smashers. They could have let that go because it was obvious that Dindin Santiago Manabat was going for the swipe. She didn't even jump properly. So you already knew the intention upon the approach pa lang. That will bring the lead to 5 for the Chargers. A very comfortable lead at this point.
I don't know. I don't like to use comfortable when you're up against Creamline. Unless you're 24. That's what I mean. And you know, Coach Rafi, if they get 2 straight points here, Creamline, he will call a timeout right away. Just cannot get confident and comfy with the attacking prowess of Creamline. Down 4 still, though. 17-21. Faith again is the target. Mitch to Gretzel in the middle. 2 straight points. And as expected, Coach Rafi will call time.
Sige. Okay, Dean. Dulo? Dulo ka. Okay, dulo mo. Dito receive. Sa gitna. Bang. Sige. P. Be quick mo.
Okay.
Singit mo sa tres. Singit mo tres.
Pawaya ka.
Mitch, pagka nagkakabalik, sige, sugalan mo yung middle. Hindi rin sasabayan. Laging ang wing mo, puro dalawa sa blocker mo. Okay? Be quick. Dean, bigay mo dito.
Sabi na.
O, sige, go.
That's a good reminder from Coach Rafi Masuela na sometimes sa sobrang daming nangyayari on the court, nakakalimutan ng mga centers that you still have a middle blocker that you can set to. So that is a good observation that double blocks have been set up by the Cool Smashers against the wings of Akari.
Ito na.
When you follow your coach, you will get the dividends.
Coach Rafi looking like a genius in that one. 4-point lead back. Good serve again. Good first ball. One hand set by Kyle Negrito.
Point number 4 from Hans Panaga.
Move brought to you by Honda Motorcycle. Galanza serving. Bang, miss receiving. Chance ball for Creamline, down 3. Hatak!
Carlos against a single blocker for that combination play.
Because Pangs Panaga just aggressively approached that net, Neil. Look at this.
Akari wanted to take Tots Carlos out of system. That's why they targeted her on the free ball. But personally, I always prefer a sky ball pagdating sa transition ng loose ball because you will have time to
recover. Okay.
Yung diskarte ng setter.
Tindin Santiago Manabat contributing 6 points, 3 of them here. More importantly, they're 2 points away from tying this match. She goes behind. Soltones in front with Domingo and Nisperos. Very good serve. And a first set point for Akari.
Now can I say that it's a comfortable lead?
Now
they're already at the 24 point
Now I
mark.
probably agree with you.
Too excited on that serve.
It's never over. And you got Creamline breathing down your necks, and Bernadette Bonds comes in. PDL waltzes in. 3 points behind, 1 set point save. Service error. And a gift from Bernadette Bonds to the Akari Chargers. Now they can really get comfortable, Neil, because they are tied at 1 set all.
We know that Akari is very capable of winning a set against Creamline, and That girl on your screen, PP Sharma, she contributed a lot in set number 2 alongside Michelle Cobb.
7 over 9 points, Neil, came in that second set. We got a ball game. (25-21) in the second set, 25-22 for the Creamline Cool Smashers in the first. Akari taking the second in 30 minutes. Strange, because I thought the second set was longer than the first, but no. First set was still longer at 25-22. So we are tied at 1-all. Akari Chargers looking for their first win of this young PVL season, while Creamline looking for back-to-back and looking for their 17th straight win. All right, take me through that second set, please.
Set number 2, it was tight until the tail end of the set because kanina ang daming out-of-system plays ng Creamline. There were miscommunications here and there. But we also saw a sequence wherein si Gemma Galanza na yung biglaing nasa gitna. And these were the things that we mentioned earlier that they really have to avoid. Service error at the end of that set. And as for Akari, nabuhay talaga yung middle blockers nila in PP Sharma. One of the things that I noticed lang on the side of the Chargers, Rachel Soltones had a minimal number of sets. The downside to that is when you need her the most, pag bigla mo siyang sinetan ng malamig, you can't expect immediate conversion.
Results.
And a while ago, Mitch Cobb set her up for a pipe attack, but she got blocked.
Right.
But she needs more sets in the front row because that is her specialty. Creamline still had more attacks compared to the Chargers, but Akari just stepped up in the blocking category. They scored 4 more compared to the Cool Smashers. That's for the errors. Akari played it clean. Only 2 unforced errors compared to the 8 of Creamline. So Creamline had 9 in set number 1. They now have 8 in set number 2. So that's 17 points already given up.
And by the way, in terms of service errors, Creamline has 9 in total so far in this match. Again, no strange thing there. We've seen that before. But against these teams who are now really trying to get after them, The service errors are proving to be expensive. Akari Chargers versus Creamline Cool Smashers. Earlier, Farm Fresh beating Capital 1 in our first game. So Farm Fresh gets on the board with a win. And that's what Akari is trying to do. Again, all teams meet each other, but only once here in the preliminary rounds. So here we go, set 3. And a 10th service error for Creamline.
Not the best way to start set number 3. But Akari will take it. I mean, they need all the points that they can get if they want to deal Creamline their first loss early on in the preliminary round. And malaking bagay yun to get one win against one of the stronger teams.
Correct.
Here in the PVL.
Who's been on a roll, as they say. Tots Carlos, off speed. Goodness. Pointing at something. I'm trying to figure out what she was pointing at. 1-all, third set. Said asking for it. Good attack from the right pin for Tots Carlos for her 17th point at the start of the third set.
19 points in her previous game, and now at 17. We still have at least one full set to go pa after this.
Makikita kaya natin yung mga zero tempo sets kay Sed Domingo dito sa Akari?
That's something that they really need to work on because they have a different system.
Of course.
I feel like mas mataas ng konti yung set ng Akari pagdating sa middles compared sa Creamline. And nasanay si Sed sa zero tempo ni Gia and Kyle. So communication will be a factor. A while ago, we saw missed opportunity on that Be Quick play. It was high for Sed Domingo. And we have to remember, she's coming from her stint in Thailand. Na mabilis din yung setting.
Eliza fires one. Good reaction here by Akari. They're scrambling. Tots is asking for it, but she doesn't get it because Banks Panaga gets fed for her 5th point. Oh boy, what a response by Creamline here at the start of the 4th. Sorry, start of the 3rd.
Third substitution though from push. Rafi Mosuela, Jaja Maraginot will be setting.
Reverse. Good chase. Chance ball. That's the sky ball that Neil is talking about. Sed, headshot. Still alive. Bang, asking to get it. And a point will be given to the Akari Chargers. Ang ganda nung inagaw ni Bang kay Gretzel Sultones yung bola. All right, in the meantime, 4-2 is the score. Let's go to Kyla Kingsu.
Thanks, Boom. Now, what better way is there to close off today's doubleheader and, of course, this action-packed month of February than with an extended matchup between two very strong contenders, all thanks to Akari's efforts to power through the tight set. Now, you guys pointed out Fifi Sharma's exceptional two-way performance in that second set, putting up numbers alongside her fellow Lasallian captain, Michelle Cobb. As Fifi towered over the attackers of the Cool Smashers, she told me that she is able to perform with this much confidence because being in the pros for a few months now has allowed her to get more comfortable and creative with her plays. And so in turn, Fifi says she now has way more fun in the pro ranks, and that is when she's really able to bring out her game. Now, Akari knows better than to underestimate Creamline's ability to turn things around. So let's see if they're able to ride their momentum and take care of business. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Let's go back to the service.
Thank you very much, Kyla. That's 9 points for Fifi Sharma. 5 on attacks, 3 blocks, and an ace for her. We'll see her definitely in a bit. First, Din Din. Auto system again. Dug up by Gemma. Ooh, shoot it on the other side, and that's too low for Eliza. Anong naging problema doon, Neil? Yung set ba?
May halong giggle, I would say, because she was faced against the shorter blocker in Jaja Maraguinot, so she wanted to go down the line and target zone 1. But timing is also different when you're coming off a broken play or a break ball.
Right.
Tawagin natin.
Right. Faith sends it to the net. 6-4, Creamline. Dots will do the honors for this rally. Back-to-back service errors by both teams. Back-to-back jump sets. High risk serves.
Gretchen Soltones will be at the forefront of the offense of Akari in this rotation alongside Fifi Sharma. Let's see if she gets a better connection with Jaja Maraguinot.
From behind. Another break ball. Jaja sets up Gretzel, and Gretzel puts it away, and probably her first clean kill of the match.
It's only point number 2 for Gretchen Soltones. Even in the stat sheets later on, you'll see that hindi ganun kadami yung attempts niya, but she really trying to convert every time she gets a set from their playmaker.
In this case, it is Jaja. Over. Oh, and Fifi nanggigil.
She knew it.
She stepped on Gretzel also. Ayun, sinasabi ni Coach Rafi, ang panggigilan. Those are situations where really sometimes you can even set it pa, no, Neil?
You're not too confident that
Yes.
you can score off the gift. You can just put it up and let your setter decide the next play.
Gretzel again!
Now is the time that Akari needs her production. They have the momentum. They just won set number 2. And if you can dish out these perfect sets to Gretchen Soltones, you will get the point.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. I asked her who has impressed her in the first few days of training, and the first person she mentioned actually was Jaja Maraguinot. So maybe it's no strange reason that they're connecting here. Sabi niya, impressed daw siya. That is the 3rd straight set between Jaja and Gretzel. So maybe that connection that Gretzel sees in Jaja is what we're seeing right now as Akari takes over the lead at the technical timeout. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Welcome back to our live and exclusive coverage for those watching on the Pilipinas Live app, on One Sports Plus, of course on RPTV. Coach Taka on your screens. Of course, we all know he is the head of the volleyball operations for Akari, next led, of course. Coach Rafi is the interim coach. He's one of the reasons why a lot of players have expressed why they transferred to either next led or Akari, and Gretzel is one of them.
Make that 4 straight points for Gretchen Soltones.
Off of Maraguinot toss. Sabi sa akin ni Gretzel, sabi niya, itong huling taon ko sa pagbabalibol, yun ang bungad niya sa akin na sabi, hey, huwag muna.
It's too early.
I know, pero sabi niya gusto pa niya matuto nitong mga bagong sistema na to, and that's why the Coach Taka invitation was very seductive to her. Gusto niya talagang matutunan. So one of the reasons why she's there is Coach Taka for her personal growth as a volleyball player. Sabi ko, okay, I agree, pero wag muna natin pag-usapan yung retirement. As you can see, Neil, she's got a lot of juice left in that swinging arm of hers. That's a good block by Gemma on Dindin.
Turn to sender.
There's the Jonathan Nang.
Always here to support the sister teams of Choco Mucho and Creamline.
Right at perched right on top of the Bill Sports Arena. And look at that reaction. Biggest cheerer, or cheerleader rather, for Creamline. Akari is ahead by 1. Bea with a dig. The push. A gaping hole there that Bernadette Bonds identified.
Didn't even notice that there was a substitution on the side of the Cool Smashers. Eliza Valdez will now be coming off the bench.
Yeah. Laki ng butas.
High ball there.
Very high. Gemma picked up by Jaja. Bang to Soltones. Good reaction there by BDL. Bang again. Balik na naman sa dati niyang teammate. BDL again. PV this time does the right trick. And tips it just at the right spot. What an exchange.
Better execution from PP Sharma. Just going to that simple power tip to get that gift. But what about the defense being shown to us by Bea de Leon?
You're right.
Multiple touches on the digs.
10-9. Gretzel now will go back to the back row. That is something that really Tots Carlos has developed through the years. That feathery touch just above the fingers of the blocker and just drops behind him.
At this point, I feel like she's just toying with the blockers of the Chargers every time she goes up for an attack.
3 times she has toyed with the league, Neil, as a 3-time MVP. That's in! Negrito with her second point of the match. Such an unorthodox serve of hers.
She is targeting Faith Desperos, but she's also targeting that corner pocket sa likod ni Faith because that's a very difficult position to get.
Kaya binantayan na ni Bang. And Bang lets it fly out. Bang will move out. Sed will come back in. Then Lazaro Revilla on the other side. What would be the explanation for the change with Bernadette and Eliza in your opinion here, Neil?
Aside from receiving, they just need more variation on the attacks, I guess.
Speaking of variation, Carlos is just showing the whole arsenal tonight. 21 big points. We're only in the 3rd. We're assured of a 4th set. Flat. Sad. Oh, that one was familiar looking.
And I saw what she said. Perfect set coming from Maraginot to Sed Domingo there.
Familiar na familiar. That's exactly what she gets from Gia and Kyle. I know it looks easy on TV, Neil, especially if you're a casual volleyball viewer, no? But these things are, they're so precise, diba? Yung mga pasang ganun.
Point number 22 for Tots Carlos. She's the only Cool Smasher in double figures and she is carrying that load pagdating sa opensa. I wonder if she'll get to the 40-point mark.
Your two predictions today, Neil, have been correct. So
Pwede. That's point number 23.
She's at 23 now.
The countdown begins for Tots Carlos.
Dindin from behind, dug up by Gemma. The lead is 2 for Creamline. Gretzel will send it to Faith. Faith fires a bullet with that cross.
Clean, a sharp cross-court hit there from Faith Desperos coming off a break ball galing kay Gretzel Soltones. 2 blockers were already there, but she still managed to get through the first line of defense of the Cool Smashers.
14-13. Tots again. This one is out this time.
Ball is out. We're tied at 14.
We're tied again. This time at 14.
Didn't Tots Carlos also win the Miss Volleyball title in the recently concluded PSA Awards also? Well deserved for Tots. Looking good that night too. Oh, PVL replies with her own version.
That is the set for Bea de Leon. 0 tempo, perfectly executed. Seth Domingo wasn't able to jump for the rebound. She was shadowing Bea de Leon, pero sa sobrang bilis ng set, nagulat siya, nasa likod niya na yung bola.
That one's gonna go out. The set was a bit off, so Domingo was under the ball, and Creamline with the 2-point lead. All out, all heart, all Filipino. Catch the 2024 PVL All-Filipino Conference every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. PVL, the heart of volleyball. And all these fans know that already, the ones who are up there in the nosebleed section enjoying the action. That's also a great view to watch volleyball, by the way, as Tots Carlos is pouring it on. Set is checked. 16-14 is our score. Slide by Atienza. Pons. That's an antenna hit.
Yeah, that ball hit the antenna first.
Yep.
So another unforced error for Creamline.
Konti lang yung margin.
Mabilis lang talaga.
15, serving 16. Got a great game for everybody here. Hope you're enjoying the action between these two teams. We knew it was a marquee matchup. Pons. Tots. The rebound. Dindin. I thought she was going to go to Gretzel there.
Yeah, me too. She's been hot here in set number 3, Coach Rafi Moswela just asking for a violation, but it will not be given.
2-point lead again. Gretzel wants it back. That's why. Gretzel Soltones has scored 5 points in this set. 5 of the 6 that she has. 14 in the previous match. They continue to target Pons. Another rebound. Jaja. Fifi hanging. Dots hitting. Akari scrambling. Dindin again gets it off the block.
Another deadlock. This is the rotation na kailangan tumagal on the side of Akari. They have Gretchen Soltones there, Fifi Sharma and Dindin Santiago Manamad. So Fifi Sharma can just focus on getting these good rebounds.
Good serve. Another ball that goes to Bernadette. Back to Gretzel. Bang was there. Sa likod. That was like a big play already. That, you know, not a pipe play. A big play, a little lower, a little quicker. Let's look at this again. Yeah. A big attack from Faith Nisperos. Good set there by Jaja.
They're just banking on their Ateneo connection. So I feel like, in a way, mas comfortable si Faith Nisperos with the setting of Jaja Maraguinot because they played together for quite some time in college.
Right? Good point. Gemma sent back. A chance here. Good decision by Sharma. Swipe ball. What a smart play by the veteran for her 7th point. 6 in the set. And Akari takes over with a 2-point lead.
Creamline Cool Smashers.
Wala eh. Medyo alanganin yung receive, wala nagre-react. Kaya pagka sinet natin, hinahabol natin. Pwestohan nyo agad. Ha? Kaya receive ka muna. Sidan din na sa loob, di ba?
Yes,
Kuha ng gitna. Pag may receive, kuha lang ng gitna. Pwede rin naman sa gitna. Ha? Pwede sa gitna. Basta huwag ka kagad mag-set. Discarte ka lang. Let's go!
Let's go!
All in! Creamline!
Let's go, let's go!
Let's look at this. Gretzel knew that she was already behind the pass. So she swipes it in. From down 4,
2 points up for
Neil,
Chargers.
sorry, down 3 rather here in the set. A 4-0 run by Akari. And as Neil predicted, they kept going to Gretzel. Neil thought that Akari should have gone more to her, and that's what they're doing. They're milking her right now. And that change of Jaja Maraguinot also providing a little spark here for the Chargers. Up What a cut shot by Gemma Galanza.
Amazing contact point there. Very confident in her wrist action. Just enough power to target the middle part of the defense of the Akari Chargers.
Especially from where we are, Neil, where we're seated, to see that. That's amazing. 1-point lead. Good serve. Dindin. Checked. What a timeout by Coach Sherwin. Producing 2 straight points. Tying the match.
I'm out. Akari Chargers. Score 19 all.
Sige lang, sige lang. Variation lang, variation. Pwede ka mag-drop ball. Okay? Kung talagang pwede mo nang duotin. Ha? Huwag palo ng palo. Okay? One good pass lang ha. Sa maayos na receive lang. Lalamang tayo.
Guys, go, go, go.
Coach Tina Salak, Real Canino, right behind Coach Rafi Masuela. Asking for variation from Dindin.
I know that she wants to be aggressive on the attack because they want to take care of that lead and pull away. But sometimes that is the downside of hitting it with so much power. Malakas yung palo, pero pag na-block ng Cool Smashers, ang bilis nung balik. So it's hard to cover that type of ball.
Gretzel gets it back. Dindin. Dug up by Pons. Michelle produces another point. And they take over the lead, or retake the lead, talking about Creamline. 3-0 counter run after the 4-0 run by Akari.
They're back on top. And Coach Rafi is still looking for that one stop. Rachel Soltones will try to hit from the right side.
And she gets a point.
That was just a minor adjustment, but when you move your players from the left side to the right side, nag-iiba din yung dynamic ng blocking ng Smashers. Kasi it's always going to be situational. It depends upon the attacker na nasa harapan mo.
Kari will not go away. 20 all. Mitch again. Oh, what a slide by Bang. This ball is up. And a chance for Akari here. Fifi asking for it. That's beyond the antenna. And Akari takes over the lead again. What a match here today.
That was a risky play because it was a bit low for Fifi Sharma, but that risk paid off.
Service. Soltones.
Good serve by Gretzel. Michelle. Dug up by Jaja. Faith. Dug up by Kyla. Gemma rolls it. Michelle. Gemma coolly taking that ball. And then the hit out from Gemma Galanza. This girl sometimes when she plays, it's so casual, Neil, how she moves. But it's all calculated and intense. Now Stotts Carlos, who's got 23 points, is back in action. By the way, Stotts is 5 points away from her PVL career high. And we're assured of a fourth set. So,
malalampasan niyo.
What a dig by Kyle. Oh, Creamline gets the point. And a 1-point lead. Nagawan pa ng paraan ni Tots Carlos yun. Although she will not be credited for that point. But look at this. What a cut.
Wasted opportunity for the Chargers.
Yeah.
That was a free ball
Technically,
coming from
yes.
the Cool Smashers.
Oh! Again! That area between Faith and Bang. What a smart serve. They continue to attack Faith on that left side. Timeout, Akari.
As mo lang muna. Okay. Oh, given, kargado, pero tinatarget ka na, di ba? Hindi na kaya ni Bang yun. Talagang sa'yo na yung bola. Kamay mo. Kamay mo. Okay, bawi ka.
And now these things, this is the mental side of it, Neil, and it gets to your head.
You can definitely feel the pressure on the side of Faith Esperos.
Yeah.
Because receiving is very difficult. I mean, sometimes when you are a viewer, you feel na madali ang first pass. But in reality, when you're faced with heavy serves, kagaya ng kay Kyle Negrito, Jel Cayuna, it is very difficult. So for setters, kahit hindi perfect, okay lang actually. As long as they get to bump it up, kahit na sure na sa wing ibibigay yung set, that is an okay na yun for them.
And all great wing attackers, including her, they've been through all of that, being targeted by the opponents and letting doubt seep into your mind when you're receiving. Down one, Akari. Gemma! Goodbye!
Combination this time from the right side. Creamline is now at set point. When you give Gemma Galanza a combination play and when she's faced against a single block, expect that ball to go down hard.
Set point, 2 of them for Creamline. Faith receives. Din on the other end. Keeps it alive. Chance for Creamline here. They're going to go to Tots. And Tots puts it away. 25 big points for the 3-time MVP.
This is where championship experience comes into play. You can be up by as much as 3-4 points. But if you relax and commit these errors, you will definitely feel the nerves against a team like Creamline.
And you've got to be mentally strong in situations like these. 2-1 for the Cool Smashers. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena as we calm down in between the sets 3 and we're about to start set 4. 31 minutes in that third set. 25-22, the same scoreline that Creamline had in sets 1 and sets 3. Sets 1 and 3 rather. What an exciting match it has been so far, and only a couple of things have decided these sets, Neil.
Receive. I mean, if I were to describe it in one word, it would really be reception. Especially on the side of Akari. They almost had it in the bag, but yung mga last few points just really made it very difficult for them to attack the defense of Creamline.
Service errors was the story earlier for Creamline to lose their set, but this time it's reception. That's been shaky for Akari. Let's look at the numbers and break it down for us, Neil.
Creamline still on top in the attacking category. Yung blocking ng Akari nung set number 2 nawala. They weren't able to register any kill block, but they were able to keep their errors at bay. Only 4 for Creamline. They had 8 errors, so that's 9, 8, and 8.
Yeah.
That's a total of 25.
Talagang in classic Creamline fashion.
But they get to compensate naman,
because of their attacks.
attacking.
Yeah, exactly. Again, that's really their game plan.
Tots Carlos already has 25 points.
10 of them came in that third set. And didn't she go out, right? She went out still. As she is 3 points away from her PVL career high. We'll talk more about that later. Actually, her UAP career high is even higher. So we'll get to that point later on. But first, fourth set is underway. Boom Gonzalez, Neil Flores, Kyla King-Su roaming the Phil Sports Arena for this premier matchup between Creamline Cool Smashers, who are on a 16-game winning streak, and the Akari Chargers, who are looking for their first win. But there's definitely some great improvement in the Akari play, Neil, that we are seeing right now.
First game pa lang when they took set number 1 against the Signal HD Spikers, we already knew that they will be more competitive this season. We know that they can probably be one of the teams that can challenge the upper teams para makapasok dun sa top 4.
6 points by Panaga on this run, but not the gun. Nice drop ball. Finding a spot. 1-all.
There's 12 points for Gemma.
Oh,
make it 13
again!
after that service ace.
Those are not accidental. Those are all targeted. Really getting into the head of Faith Nisperos.
Genesis will be coming in for the very first time as an outside hitter. Kanina, she was a service specialist, but now she will be a hitter.
At saka agad ang inatake nitong si Gemma, and they get a free ball out of it. And a scrape at the net by Akari. Another tough start. This is how they started the third set. They were down 4 early. Just made a comeback. Gemma saw the new girl come in. Gemma serves it to her right away.
Akari had to bring back their set number 2 performance. And they just need to step up again pagdating sa net defense.
Another broken play there. And another gaping hole.
There will be a challenge on the side of Akari. For sure, it will be a foot fault violation against Kyle Negrito. I think I saw that, so I was waiting for that challenge.
Okay. Stop the momentum also. That will be their 4th point if this is an unsuccessful challenge. What is the score here in our 4th set? Creamline doesn't want any extensions, and they don't want a blemish in their record. They have a clean 16-game winning streak so far. Let's see what you saw. Is that correct?
Ooh, no.
It's not considered.
The toes of Kyle Negrito was still on the line. And kailangan buong paa yung nakatapak across.
So, which means 4-1. 1 challenge left for Akari. Back set from behind. Oh, overcompensating on that one, but there was a touch on the net. Sed and Panaga. Panaga also stepped on Sed's foot there. Both of them acknowledging it. 5-1, so Coach Rafi has to call timeout.
Atake. Diba? So, yung nangyari ngayon, pinapatay natin yung momentum ng kalaban. So, ano ang importante? Gawin muna natin kung ano yung importante para may play tayo. Okay? O, tara, let's go, ha? Let's go, let's go.
early timeout from Coach Rafi Mosuela. Ayaw niya nang mapalayo to because a 4-point lead for Creamline is already big.
It's the biggest lead, actually. The biggest lead we've had is 5, and that one belonged to Akari earlier on in the second set. The second set that they won. Creamline had a 4-point lead, and that is matched right now. Good timeout by Coach Rafi, producing a point, the 10th for Dindin Santiago Manabat.
It has been balanced in terms of numbers pagdating sa Akari. Sharma is the leading scorer with 11 points, followed by Dindin Santiago Manabat with 10. Soltones and Nisperos with 8 apiece.
Let's check in with Kyla Kingsu right now. Kyla?
Manil, besides Tots Carlos, you also spoke about Gemma Galanza consistently being one of Creamline's best offensive options as she closed out that third set with all the tricks up her sleeve. And earlier today, she told me that defense, speed, and their smarts will be their best friends. With Akari having that evident height advantage, Gemma says that they are going double time on coverage, a challenge even their newest recruits, Denden and Bea, are currently undertaking, with the Chargers really attacking from every possible angle. Now, if Creamline has Gemma, Akari also snatched a gem with Gretchen Soltones, who went on a run in the previous set. Before this matchup, Gretchen told me that what she brings to her team is energy and hopes to use this to lead the charge for her girls all the way through. Now, with a match this tight and pressure-packed, which team will prevail? We'll have to see. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via pilipinaslive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Let's go back to this game with this service.
Gemma Galanza with 13 points and Gretchen Soltones with 8, the two players that Kyla Kingsu was just talking about. Right now the score is 3 serving 6. Trisha Genesis scoring a point in that previous rally. And Pons able to use the net as an ally in that approach. 2 points for the former FEU standout. O, nabanggit na natin yung mga Adamson at Ateneo. Ito na, mga FEU. Rose Vargas earlier, Bernadette Pons, and Domingo.
Lisa Sato is also back in the rotation for the Cool Smashers. This light attack of Akari, I mean, I guess kailangan medyo mas mabilis because when you give a loop of a set to San Domingo, it's easy for the middle blocker of Creamline and the left pin spiker to time it well.
Yeah. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena, Creamline fans are going nuts here while we're waiting for this timeout to end. Oh, by the way, good news mga kapatid, makapanood na rin tayo ngayon sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19, at higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at Signal Play. Back to the action. 3-8, make that 4-8, Trisha Genesis.
She's also one of those all-around players. Galing Adamson, tatak Adamson.
Yes.
She can receive. She can also defend well.
Domingo now Going up against her former team. Nice serve for her. Gemma easily takes it. Rebound goes to her. Din Din goes from the right pin. Bernadette again. Nice reaction there by Jaja. Gretzel Sultones, we haven't heard from her in a while. Good dive by Lazaro Revilla. Pons with a push. Gretzel asking for it. Sumilip sa depensa. Pop set. Pons. Too low.
Ken wanted to go to zone 1 and take advantage of the block of Jaja Maraginot.
2 straight points by Akari to keep it close here. 5 serving 8.
Service, Domingo.
That straight into the net.
4-point lead still for the Cool Smashers here in set number 4.
Interim head coach Rafi Musuela down a set. Overpass. Good reaction by Bang, but Jaja couldn't get to it.
That has been the thorn on the side of Akari. Every time they get a lead, especially in the previous sets, the moment that they commit an overpass, that's the time that it snowballs to the other skill sets. Kaya itong Creamline, they really take advantage of itong mga botched passes or shank passes.
Bang for coverage. No block touch. Sorry, it was a block touch, but they're going to challenge it. Coach Sherwin will. The question now is, did it come because they challenged late already? There were like 3 sequences that happened after.
That can be denied. I believe that will not be allowed.
And I think that's what Herbert Matematico, our up referee or first referee, is explaining.
Kailangan mabilis talaga yung pag-press ng buzzer if you want to challenge mid-rally.
Eh, alam mo naman gumalaw si Coach Sherwin. Medyo mabagal.
That challenge will be denied.
So nung tumuro siya, medyo dumaan na yung dalawang play. Ow! Great reaction there by Jaja. Chance here again for Creamline. Gemma, the rebound coming back to her. I think the set, correct me if I'm wrong, Neil, a bit close for Gemma's liking. Close to the net, I mean. But there's a challenge here, yeah.
By Dindin Santiago Manabat, they will be challenging for a net touch violation. I believe that was a very clean
stuff block. Yeah. But the luxury of a challenge, so we use it. A net fault challenge is what Creamline is on probably Dindin Santiago Manabat, but it looked like a clear block. Again, Gemma, a bit too close to the net, if I'm not mistaken, from the bump pass by Dindin Lazaro Revilla. This is the angle. Yeah, clean.
Again, a clean block, double block from Akari.
Oh, that was a long arms of Sharma and Santiago. Coach Sherwin will follow it up with a timeout.
Creamline Cool Smashers.
Pagka walang tayo ng receive, wala tayong pagpipilian dyan. Din to eh. Saka si middle. So, pilitin natin makareceive. Kung wala man receive, pwede magbako dito, pwede dito. Pero ready naman palagi to. Sato, galaw tayo, Sato.
Yes.
Tingin kayo dalawa.
Long.
Once tingin kayo.
Puro long.
Ready ako, back row.
Nasa kabila yung bola, dahan-dahan lang. High ball din naman isi-set eh.
Yes.
Ha? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Atake tayo ha. All in! Creamline!
Coach Sherwin calling that timeout, even with a 3-point lead, just to reorganize their offense more than anything. Eliza has not made her way back also into the lineup. Tots Carlos and Bernadette Pons right there. Tots with 25 points on 23 attacks. Also has not come back Michelle Cobb because of the steady play of Jaja Maraguinot, but she sends that to the net, and that is painful.
Can't seem to get over that 4-point lead of the Cool Smashers. They will come up with good points, then they will commit an error. So naninegate din yung advantage nila. And again, this is my favorite rotation sa side ng Akari. Kompleto pagdating sa depensa at saka sa offense. But now Gretchen Soltones will go to the back row, and it will be Trisha Genesis.
Wow, Gretchen could not believe it.
Consecutive errors on the service line for the Chargers. Coach Rafi Masuela clearly unhappy.
9 service errors for Akari in the match. Oh, what a great first ball, but a great dig there by Pons. Counter-attack on the 26th point by Bernadette Pons. Neil, if you're Akari, you've executed perfectly on offense, and it still leads to a Creamline point. Look at that wonderful execution on the combination play. They did not expect that ball to come back.
Tots Carlos with
27.
27.
She a point away from her PVL career high. That's a
Tight.
tough set. Very tight. That's a point for Akari.
There was a violation on Gemma Galanza. Yes, it was Gemma Galanza on the net touch.
And it was called initially by Danielle Palada, our down referee.
Judgment ko yun eh. Dapat above.
Above naman kasi.
Hindi. Mababa yung contact.
Well, Creamline was contesting the set of Jaja Maraguinot. They were saying that it was an illegal attack. But again, the first referee said that it was his judgment call.
Right.
Nonetheless, there was a net violation on Gemma Galanza.
And that's where Akari gets their point from that net fault. Negrito oversetting it. Third error for her. Down to 3 again. 5 was the biggest lead in this set. Gemma in the middle. Pinball. Gemma Galanza with 14 points.
Always steady. Cannot question the stability of one Gemma Galanza dito sa rotation ng Creamline.
The one true constant of Creamline. 15 points in her previous match, 14 tonight. Bang will send it to Genesis. Rafi Masuela asking for a double. Din.
That set was way off to her liking. Gusto ni din Santiago Manapan. Medyo bitin yung set. So that she can also go to that deep cross-court angle.
That's a tough angle to work with. Lead back to 5. 2 straight points for Creamline, trying to close this out. Very close to the net. Trisha gets this one this time. Pons off the rebound. Overpass again. Bang was there. Still cannot take advantage. It is Tots. Play goes on, and Gemma digs it up. Carlos, cross court. Creamline in the long exchange. Winning again. So many complaints happening left and right. And Creamline with the biggest lead of either team in the match. Creamline Cool Smashers with the biggest lead of the match at 16-10 right now. Looking to close out their former teammate, who is now with the Akari Chargers.
And the second technical time.
Ted Domingo still working
Technical answer.
the chemistry between her and Jaja and Michelle Cobb, the setters of Akari. You see the promise like that. When they get it right, it's a tremendous swing that Ted Domingo has, really. Look at that.
Look at the elevation as well.
The power that she generates. Mitch Cobb is back. Ellie Soyud back also for Akari. 11 serving 16. Tots. Cross court. She now, establishes her new career high at 29 points. She is
1 point away
from the 30-point club.
point mark.
Yes, her previous career high was 28. That was both the 2 games. The PVL finals, game 2 of the second All-Filipino Conference, which means it was recently. And she also had a 28-point performance in the 2022 Open Conference. Not only does she have a career high, a new one, she now enters and joins the 30-point club.
Service. Substitution.
Another cross-court attack. And here's now the other target. Her high as a volleyball player is actually 32 in the UAAP. And that was season 80 against UST. So that's her new target now. Ah, hindi pala. Sorry. Ang target niya is 14 ni Neil Flores.
Oo nga eh. Di aabot. Even if he scores
Yeah, in the last 7
points, di pa naabot. Maybe next time.
Bigyan muna natin ng panahon. Sato with a tippy tip. But everything now rolling for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Sato-san dances at the net.
Kaso nalulusutan pa rin dito. Paano yun? Ha? Gawa natin paraan. So, ito lagi ang matake. Ito nalalagi. Gawa natin ang paraan. Gawa natin ang depensa dito. Okay, that's the time.
Time po kasi pag doon sa... ako sa likod. Ako sa likod.
Sige. Okay. Okay, one stop natin. Kaya pa lang. Tsaga lang. Tsaga.
An 8-point lead, which seems right now insurmountable in the context of what's happening. Creamline seems to be rolling. It is also the 4th set. And this girl
30 big points in 4 sets.
New career high in the PVL. At inalis pa ni Coach Sherwin yan nung second set. Was it the second set or third set rather? 56% also by Tots Carlos attack efficiency. So very high.
Elisoyed will score a point of that top spin. Fusion between Kyle Negrito and Gemma Galanza.
What do you do if you're Akari, Neil, here?
Just take it 1 point at a time, really. You try your best to get continuous check balls on the attackers of the Cool Smashers and avoid these types of errors.
That's out for Tots, looking for an ace.
This is the biggest lead for Creamline that they have maintained throughout this match. They are poised to get win number 2 and join the other teams in our current top 4. Again, we have the Cherry Tigo crossovers, the PLDT high-speed hitters, and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, all with 2 wins apiece.
Service, Balitron.
2014. Akari taking a set off of Signal, taking a set off of Creamline, but still searching for that first win. Net touch. And for Soltones, that will be an her 11th point. Footfall.
It wasn't a net touch, it was a footfall violation. So Akari still in this game, 5 points away from tying things up.
1 point at a time cliche is now applicable to them. Good pass. Sato for the second time.
Akari needs to patch up these holes. Pagdating sa backcourt defense nila, hindi lang yung drop ball ni Risa Sato, but even the soft touches of the other attackers of the Cool Smashers have been converted into points in this game.
See how she cocked that arm back like she was going to hit it strong, and then the feathery touch. Tots Carlos is taken out of the match. Might be her last point already, her 30-point marker. As Fifi Sharma, you know, she's been asking for the ball earlier when Jaja was the one setting, and Jaja kept going to wing left, wing right, wing left. And no surprise that when her former teammate comes in. And this is just to reinforce the point, diba? Sabi mo nga, sometimes the setter-spiker connection talaga. Whether because they have history together, yung tiwala, nandun.
Fifi Sharma still is the leading scorer for the Chargers with 13.
All the broken plays kanina, hindi siya nabibigyan. And now Jaja is back. 6 is the lead. But sabi rin ni Coach Rafi kanina during an earlier timeout, during these long exchanges, diba? You can also go to the middle in the transition para lang pampagulat minsan. 17-22, 5-point lead. Creamline is 3 points away.
Carlos has been very efficient today. 56% conversion rate, 29 out of 52 attempts.
On 30 points. Dindin. Bangs. And that's the difference. While Creamline keeps going to their middles.
Last 2 points for the Cool Smashers.
In 20, out 18, Carlos.
Kyle with a 6-point lead.
Cool Smashers.
Probably will go to Trisha Genesis again here. Yes, she does. Sharma finally getting from Jaja.
Can I just say, Sharma has been very systematic with her movement. Sobrang sipag humabol from left to right, and she will really chase after these rebounds.
14 points, 10 attacks, 3 blocks, and an ace for Fifi. Tots is back. Scores her 31st point just when I was about ready to close the book on her. She gets the team into match point on her 31st point. And that efficiency rate's still going to go up.
Might end at 32.
Which is her UAAP high. Dindin. That is out. And Creamline. Unless there's a challenge.
Yes, there will be a challenge.
That's for Del Canino. Yep. With a block touch challenge. A little anticlimactic here.
Yes, there was a block touch on Banks Managa. Green card will be awarded to Creamline.
For fair play. For the admission. It took a while, but she still admitted. Kasi na, ano na eh, mag-celebrate na eh. But good on her. So, 1 set point, or sorry, match point saved. Let's see if Tots will get one. No. Once. Back. Now to Tots. And that will be her 32nd point. Her new career PVL high, and it matches her UAAP high from season 80 of the UAAP.
Nanigurado na out of system play. You go to your highest efficiency attacker, Tots Carlos, again with a PVL high of 32 points.
An incredible performance. Great game by both teams. Creamline had to be creative here, Neil, to shrug off this Akari team, just like they had to get creative against Farm Fresh.
Well, for Akari, there were sets that they could have won, but they just really need to tighten up their receiving and improve on that so that in the future games, hindi nila poproblemahin yun pagdating sa crunch time.
That is the confirmation of the Creamline win on our big score. 25-22, 21-25, 25-22, and a dominating set 4, 25-19. 32 minutes in that 4th set. A lot to build on if you're Akari. Of course, they are 0-2, but you see the signs of better performances for the Chargers. In the meantime, our player of the match, no doubt about this one, Tots Carlos now. 32 big points, 31 swings, and 1 ace for her.
She will end with a 55% attack efficiency, and you can catch the interview of Tots on our PVL fan stream.
Of course. Ano sino ba doon? Nela Tuna is there, Jamie La Victoria is there. And Tots will be talking to them about her thoughts on this 32-point performance. I don't know if she's still aware of she's aware, but she will be when she gets to the production room. In the meantime, on Saturday, right here, oh, it's gonna be an explosive one. Signal versus Galleries Tower to open it up. Petrogas and PLDT. It is Brook versus Savvy, and Cherry Tigo versus Choco Mucho. This place is going to be rocking. The Phil Sports Arena is where it's going to be this Saturday for your PVL All-Filipino Conference. For Kyla Kingsu, Neil Flores, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Thank you for watching us on One Sports, One Sports Plus, Pilipinas Live, and on RPTV.